What's up, fight fans? We are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I'm always your host, Edwin, where the wall fights start. Round one. So, fight fans, we're still waiting for a report back on Subriel Matias' situation. But as you can see, some of the fights that are being announced that are being put on his New York date for his fight against Dalton Smith. Fighters like Keith Cologne is being put on the card. So, I heard about this news. I was very excited for it. That's another upcoming Puerto Rican prospect that needs to be showcased at a big stage like New York City. And I think that'll be good exposure for the young man. But I wasn't eager to report it until I definitely found out what was going to happen with Subriel Matias and his situation, which I really think he will be exonerated and this match will continue as scheduled. Tickets were already on sale, and I really believe this was kind of based off like a smear campaign, because Ed Hearn is also involved in this situation. I reported this, and I reported that Ryan Garcia once tested positive in New York City, fighting for the WBC world title, fighting against a Matchroom fighter. Okay, it's almost the same situation. Subriel Matias, New York City, WBC, Austrian, and a Matchroom fighter. It is the same exact scenario, right? And it seems like in the reports, if the reports and what I'm hearing is true, VADA really didn't have the right to put this out. Technically, they can put out their findings, whatever they discover. It's not up to them to prove their innocence. They kind of throw it out. But I think this was more of a leaked source, and VADA wasn't going to initially leak this out. And this would have been something that would have been discussed behind scenes with the New York Boxing Athletic Committee, and it would have went under the radar, right? But someone decided, let's just use it. And it kind of looks like that's what they're doing. Being the fact that Subriel Matias and Fresh Production here opted out of being in that card that just took place the other night, the David Tommaso Benavidez card, and they took their show on the road and they went what they call a purse bid. And when you enter a purse bid is because you and the other guys did not meet eye to eye. You guys did not come to an agreement. So the rules state you go to a purse bid and allow other people to try to put this fight together once it was announced. Okay. So, you've heard a lot of rumors about Alberto Puello and Dalton Smith being the replacement, and Ed Hearn is up to his old tricks. He's even had Conor Benn sitting there at the Devin Haney-Brian Norman Jr. fight, and they tried to already push out the narrative that was a boring performance by young Devin Haney. No, it wasn't. He outclassed Brian Norman Jr., which was considered by many going into this fight the number one 147-pounder in the world. So if you do that to him, you see, in boxing, no sooner that you beat the guy, he wasn't nobody. Now Brian Norman Jr. all of a sudden wasn't on that level. Now Brian Norman Jr. all of a sudden is trash or chinny because he got dropped by pillow-fisted Devin Haney. And I try to warn you guys and tell you guys, watch where you get your information from. Who told you Devin Haney was chinny? Who told you he was pillow-fisted? Who told you that? Because his chin held up and his power showed up. And then a lot of people have jokes. You know what they're going to credit that to? Snack. Oh, snack this, snack that. Well, apparently, whatever snack products he's taking, he's passing the drug test. Because Devin Haney has never tested positive for a banned substance. So before and after the fight, he's testing negative for all banned substance. You can joke around and say whatever you want about snack products. Snack products is like any other product. You don't take something because it doesn't help you. You take something because it helps you throughout your training. And it'll help you to that line where you're not considered a cheater. And if Snack can do that, well, then I'm all for it. Why do we take vitamins? Why do we take supplements? To help us get through the aches and pains and etc. or give us energy. Then if it's there for Devin, then why don't all of you guys take it? I bet a lot of them are on it. They're just not wearing the shirt. That's it. So, in fair competition, Devin won that fight. Ed Hearn up to his old snaky tricks, trying to damper Devin Haney's victory and impressive night, becoming a 3-division world champion. Congratulations, Devin Haney. And you, what you're bringing to the table, Ed Hearn, is what? Conor Benn, that's never even won a UK title, a British world title, the Commonwealth title. He has no titles in no categories. But yet, you're going to bring up Conor Benn and his little mouth and think that you're going to feed that to the American public. That what? Conor Benn is better than Devin Haney? That he's accomplished more than Devin Haney? That he's a better fighter than Devin Haney? That he puts on a better show? What do you mean? Your fighter's best performance was against a weight drain, Chris Eubank Jr. twice. That the world can see it. So your guy beats up on weight drain fighters and you put 10-pound rehydration claw on them, but you don't want to fight for the IBF because it has an 11 or 10-pound weight hydration claw, Conor Benn. But you like putting them on weight drain fighters and beating them and then coming to America and trying to say what? Devin Haney is what? You better say exciting. Because for your career and what you've put up and the people you fought, Conor Benn, you better watch yourself. Because every finger you got pointing back, you point like this. Just remember, you got 3 pointing back at you. Respect the champion, Conor. Because if you was a world champion, I wouldn't let nobody talk to you like that neither. You know, we got to respect these champions. Keep the belts prestigious. And the men and women that fight to win them, they are who they are, a world champion. Rolly is a world champion. Right about now, Rolly seems like the pressure is on now because Devin's looking for a unification. The shark is in the water. Yo, Rolly, listen, I was just arguing with Ness about this. I was cool with you being there, but they coming for the throne, Rolly. Yo, either vacate the belt or into the witness protection program? I don't know, Rolly. They coming for you now. Woo! But that's, you put a target on your back when you're a world champion. See, look, my whole point with Rolly's situation was I was cool if he didn't want to unify. You know, I wasn't going to hold Rolly to the kind of standard of different champions. You understand? But that's what we got to do in the sport. We got to unify. We do. We have to unify. And champions are going to want to fight champions to prove that they are the best champion. You know, we just saw Bam Rodriguez beat Puma. And, you know, that's what we want to see. You know, but I wouldn't be mad at Rolly if he never wanted to unify with another champion. It'd be a dick move, yeah, but I wouldn't hold him to that because I didn't think that Rolly possessed the undisputed kind of champion skills. You know, the fact that he became a world champion, yo, beautiful. I was like, I was cool with it. You know what I mean? There are some champions that I hold to a higher standard than others, yes. I don't hold all fighters equal. You know, I'm not that kind of person that just because you can do it, that means you should be able to do it, and we should, you know. And then people would say, well, then there's the double standards in boxing. No. There's the equality in boxing. You have the option to do this. You have an option. There is no written rule that a champion has to fight another champion. No. What makes champions is that you have the same vision or you make an offer he can't refuse. Then we have a fight. If your ambitions line up and he wants to unify, well, then it should be easy to make. But if this champion doesn't decide to do that, in some people's eyes, he's a little less than a champion, I get it. I get it. And you're stopping the progress of probably my guy that wants it unified. You're holding up the fucking line. If you don't want to be champion, either move up or vacate. I see the pressure in boxing. Absolutely. You know, and you can only hold that belt and hide it for so long before you're going to have to do something with it. You know, so, yeah, I'm in agreement. I love unifications. You know, I want to see the guy or the best guy with all the belts. Yes, I do. And Rolly, I think your time is ticking, baby. I think your time is ticking. And I'm going to tell you right now, you guys think that Ryan Garcia is probably going to beat Mario Barrio? Yo, you and you guys are thinking that Mario Barrio might be done? Listen, Mario Barrio got enough. He lasted a lot longer. He gave a better account of himself than Ryan did against Tank Davis, didn't he? Mario Barrio. And Mario Barrio was younger at the time when he fought Tank Davis. Mario Barrio, at some point in that fight, he was winning the fight against Tank Davis. Just remember that on the scorecards, that they were telling Tank Davis on the unofficial scorecards he was down in the fight. You guys seem to be writing Mario Barrio off like he's like nothing anymore. The little Aztec warrior is still there. I think he kind of took it easy on the legend, Manny Pacquiao. And in his last performance before, he got dropped. So a lot has been said about Mario Barrio. But I think Mario Barrio got the height, the length. And he's been around the block enough that it's a dangerous fight for Ryan Garcia. That is a dangerous fight. So time will tell with all these situations in boxing. I wanted to make a quick video and touch on a lot of these topics so that you can leave in the comment below what topic and what fighters you guys want to discuss about and talk about, and what points do you guys also see in any of these situations. You know, let me know what you think. Look at even Naoya Inoue is getting a lot of hate all over social media. All of a sudden, because Bam Rodriguez beat the shit out of Puma, now he can wipe down Naoya Inoue. And it's always going to be like that in the sport of boxing. Bring on the competition. Bring on the talk. Talk these fights up. Damn right, Bam Rodriguez is a real threat to Naoya Inoue. So let's talk that fight up, because maybe one day we can get that fight. You know, if Bam wants to move up, because the Naoya Inoue train is already going in one direction. You got to catch it. You know, so look, fight fans, we got a lot of boxing, a lot to talk about here at Round One Sports Talk. So if you love talking boxing and you want your voice to be heard in an unbiased setting, and I respect all comments. I'm not here to try to change your mind. I'm here to give you a platform to support your favorite fighter. So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and like always, I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. You guys have been amazing. Peace.